Now there's closure with number 26. Any thoughts as you prepare for Jacksonville?
That's number one focus on my mind, preparing for Jacksonville. They're a great defense. This is probably going to be the biggest test and challenge for us as an offense. So it's a big one.
You know, I'm not the smartest guy in the world.
Okay.
You walks away from $14.5 million. I wouldn't walk away from $14. Does that surprise you?
You know what?
No salary.
The thing about it is he's not here. He's not going to be here, so we don't have to talk about it. I texted him yesterday before the deadline, asking him, texting him, telling him hope he was going to show up. And if he decided not to, I wish him nothing but the best. He was a great teammate, a great football player. To each their own on what they want to walk away from. If you need $14, we can probably find some for you from everybody here, though.
Ben, not only the money, could you see yourself ever missing a year of football in your prime?
That'd be tough. Especially part of the great thing about this sport is his band of brothers and his group of guys in here, and being with them. It's kind of what keeps me coming back after so many years too. But like I said, to each their own. Each guy has their own motives and motivations, and I can't comment on him. I am glad that we want to talk about this anymore, though.
Did he text you back?
No.
Ben, what do you think of the depth behind James right now at running back?
I think it's good. We've got guys that have NFL experience. We've got a young guy that's getting experience. We'll get them more and more reps, and then we'll do some stuff with five wides.
Ben, he got his first touchdown. What do you like about Jalen?
I like the effort. It's especially that particular play. A little screen pass, and it wasn't like it was a walk-in. It was combative. He had to jump over someone. He got hit, hung on to the ball. So what a way to get your first one.
Can the offense play any better than you've been playing the last few weeks?
Yes, we can always get better.
Ben, is there one point where you saw James do something, you're like, okay, he can do this at the level he's doing it?
Was there one thing? I don't know if there's one thing. I think it's just, to me, it's every week. He does it every week. He keeps putting it on tape, and he keeps getting better. And I think that, we know what he can do running the ball, but to me, I think he's getting better and better in pass protection and also catching the ball in the backfield.
Did you notice him last year, his rookie season, or was that just growing?
It was such a small menu. He wasn't in there a lot. You saw potential, but you just didn't know what until he can get on the field more.
What did you find so challenging about Jaguars defenses?
Oh, from front to back, they're really good, really fast. A lot of teams we say, it starts up front, with their pass rush, and this group has an unbelievable pass rush with their front four. Their linebackers are some of the fastest you'll ever play against, and their secondary is as good as the secondary you're going to play. So there's really nowhere to start and finish with this group. They're just that good. So, like I said, this will definitely be the biggest challenge for us.
How much more respect will you guys have for that team this time?
Well, there was respect. Last time we played them, there's no doubt at least from me, certain players. I know we heard a lot going into it from other players and whatnot, but for me, I respect the heck out of this whole group.
Ben, you shared a backfield with him for 5 years. You guys made a lot of plays together. What are your emotions with how all this was handled from his end and how it seems to be done?
Like I said, the good thing is we don't talk about it anymore.
And with the last year against Jacksonville, there were a lot of turnovers. And how much of that sticks with you? I know you want to put last year in the past, but how much of that is something that you realize what they're capable of on the front end and the back end, especially in that realm?
Yeah, I mean, that's how good they are. And, that first game especially, turning the ball over that many times, you can't expect to win a football game. And it wasn't like it was, you talk about balls that are tipped that are just easy. Like, they made plays, and that's why I give them a lot of credit. They're a really good football team.
Do they change much what they do defensively?
Just from what I've seen, very little. Obviously, getting a different Mike linebacker and not having Kozlowski in there is a little bit different. But for the most part, it's just their guys that allow them to play good football.
What does Jacksonville do with Ramsey as far as moving him around?
They'll do some stuff. We'll actually put him at safety, depending on their defensive package. But it seems like it doesn't matter what the coverage is. He is up pressing man-to-man. It could be third, cover three, which is supposed to be his zone. He's got the thirds, and he wants to come up and press. He wants to get his hands on you. He's a combative DB that has great ball skills and great speed. So when you've got all those things, you're able to do that.
How deceiving is their record?
Very, because they're a much better football team than their record. Coach brought up a good point that when you're at the top of your division, you play the top of the other divisions. And you know, they have 3 losses, I think, in their division, and that's because they have a bullseye on their chest now, you know, and so you're going to get teams best, and I think they got their division best so far playing. So they're much better. I'm not looking at their record because you can't. If you do, you're going to get fooled.
Ben, you weren't afraid to attack them in the second game and then had success. What changed from game 1 to game 2 against them last year?
You know, I think just me making better decisions, better throws. You know, I haven't gone back and looked at the first game again, so I can't give you specifics, but, you know, I know that they made plays when they had to.
And do you like to attack a corner like Ramsey when you have a guy like that, or is that the kind of guy you want to avoid? I mean, how in your mentality as a quarterback, how do you treat a guy like that?
With respect. You know, he's, like I said, a great football player. He's got all the tools. So he's a guy that you have to understand where he is and who he's covering, and just be smart. I'm not going to fear anybody. I don't care who they are, but you respect it for sure.
And what was your reaction?
Comments anywhere on your bulletin board?
Nope, don't need to.
Ben, you've been outspoken about head injuries and concussions. Did you have a chance to read Merle's book at all, and do you kind of agree with the lack of evidence, maybe?
I talked a lot with Merle about it before. Obviously, he asked for some comments and things like that. I respect Merle a lot. You know, he is a very smart person, and obviously played this game for a long time and was on both sides of it, obviously playing, and then the analyst kind of side of it. So I think a lot of things that were said in that book are things that we need to just read more about, understand more, you know, and that's what I think he tried to do, is just he wants to open people's eyes, not necessarily that one side's right or wrong, but let's be educated, because when we talk about head injuries, to me, that's all of us, it should be, whether it's our kids or our own, that we should be educated on the truths of CTE, concussions, whatever it is.
But obviously that's something that's worrisome. I mean, James is going through concussion protocol this week.
You have to be smart. I think that's the key. When you talk to people like Mickey Collins and Dr. Maroon, you realize that, and I never knew. I thought when you got a concussion, your brain was permanently damaged a little bit. But I had no idea until I learned more that there's ways that you can kind of regenerate. You can do exercises. And you talk to some of my former teammates that had concussions a lot when they played, that are doing great now because they've taken the time to learn, study, and do brain exercises to strengthen your brain again.